Hello and welcome to a new edition of Monstrous Design. In this episode we are looking at the Digimons available on the Hermit in the Jungle Dim card for the Vital Bracelet. The Vital Bracelet is a type of Digivice where your Digimon grows strong if you do sports. It's kinda like a fitness smartwatch and a Digimon raising simulator at the same time, with Dim cards being the way to get new kinds of Digimon on that device. The reason I'm doing this for this episode is because this edition of Monstrous Design was uploaded on June 6th, the birthday of Airjamon slash Lost in Translation Mon, who does videos on Digimon merchandise. And while Bloomlordmon is his favorite Digimon, a single evolution line didn't seem fitting, so I'm doing a whole dim card meant for the Vital Bracelet as a reference to all the merch video he has done. I don't know how often I'll do a dim card since each dim has Digimon that seem random or connected by a small reason that doesn't fit really well with the evolution lines I'm focusing in my videos. If you like the format, let me know in the comments below and tell me which Digimon would you like a video next. For the first time ever, I'll be talking about some baby Digimons, because they are a part of this dim. First up is Yuramon, a baby 1 Seed-type Digimon with no attribute according to the reference book. A Seed Digimon whose whole body is covered in a substance with the appearance of a long, soft hair. When it hatches from its Digitama, it seeks an environment suitable for its growth and drifts lightly through the air like a dandelion seed. If it finds a place where there will be no intruders and where the environment is good, it will settle to the ground and begin preparations for evolution. Its offensive ability is practically nil, and so it will spit out adhesive bubbles to hinder the opponent's movements, then seize the opportunity to escape. The Yura part of the name comes from the word Yura meaning swaying or shaking. Next up we have Tanemon, a baby 2 level bulb type Digimon with no attribute according to the reference book. This Digimon appears to have a plant sprout growing on top of its head. It is a Yuramon that wandered in search of an optimal environment, then settled to the ground and evolved. Due to its extremely timid personality, if it senses an intruder's presence, it will burrow with the 4 feet at the base of its body and completely bury part of its body in the ground. Once it is completely hidden underground, the thing growing from its head assumes the camouflage of a plant, allowing it to defend its body from intruders. However, this is ineffective against herbivorous Digimon.
And you'll never find me.
This area
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
The Dane part of the name means seed in Japanese. Moving on to the next stage, we have Palmon, a child level plant type Digimon with a data attribute. A plant Digimon with a tropical flower blooming on its head. Although it evolved like a reptile from Tanemon, it is an unusual type which is classified as a plant based on its outward appearances and special qualities. During the day, it opens up the flower and spreads its leaf-like arms to perform photosynthesis. It usually buries its root-like feet under the ground, and although it is absorbing nutrients, it is also able to walk. As for the flower on its head, when it is joyful or happy, it will waft about a sweet fragrance, but when it is angered or senses danger, it releases a foul stench that will drive off even large Digimon. Its special move is entangling the opponent in ivy laced with a powerful toxin called Poison Ivy. If you suffer this attack, your body will be completely paralyzed. Next on the adult stage we have Sunflowmon, an adult level plant type Digimon with a data attribute. A plant Digimon which has an appearance like a sunflower. If it bathes in the sun's light, it becomes very energetic and even its offensive power rises. On days when the weather is good, it will also flap the leaves on its back to fly around. Its special moves are firing rays of sunlight from all of its petals, called Sunshine Beam, and slapping the opponent in the face with a smile on its face, called Smiley Slap. Furthermore, that smile is feared for its eeriness. Also, it can wave its tail like stalk, firing off its thorns, called Cactus Tail. The next adult is Sneemon, an adult level insect-type Digimon with a vaccine attribute. Because apparently even in the jungle you need someone to cut the grass. It's an experimental Digimon that was created at a research facility as a virus hunter. It was created from the data of praying mantises and it tracks its target down as if it was a precise machine. Due to its unfeeling personality, it is feared by both vaccine and data attribute Digimon. The sickles on both of its arms are honed to their sharpest, allowing it to cleanly slice through anything. Although Sneemon is a Digimon that has no eyes, the red antennae growing from its head have become sensors and are able to accurately pinpoint the target's location. The special move is the supersonic slash that can't be seen with a naked eye, called Shadow Sickle. The Snee part of the name comes from sniper. Whipping its way in is Vegemon, an adult level insectivorous plant type Digimon with a virus attribute. Although it is a fierce, brutal Digimon that uses the sweet scent it breathes from its mouth to attract small Digimon and its long tentacle-like vines to pull them in, it is unable to stand against larger Digimon due to its lack of offensive power. As Vegemon grows, it will start flowering and eventually bear fruit. Special attacks are Poop Throw, Sweet Breath, and Super Sync Spray. Lovely. And of course, the name comes from a common misspelling of vegetable. And the final adult on the dim is Parasalmon, an adult-level dinosaur-type Digimon with a virus attribute. It is a gentle dinosaur Digimon that lives in warm climates. The fruit-like organs around its long neck sprinkle a sweet scent into its surrounding. This scent has the role of informing the herd of their position, and it seems that the scent differs slightly depending on the individual. It is often attacked by other Digimon that are drawn in by its scent, but it deprives invading enemies of their freedom with the numbing gas pulsy sweet that it spews out of its mouth. In battle, it emits its wavy octavist, a super low-pitched cry that crushes even rocks at a loud volume, and engulfs several tens of meters around it in a whirlpool of destruction. The parasaur part of the name comes from Parasaurolophus, an extinct herbivorous species of dinosaur. Now we are in the perfect level territory. First one being Toropiamon, a perfect level plant-type Digimon with a virus attribute. It is thought to have evolved into this gaudy appearance by taking in the data of various trees and fruits. Its scent, which is like a mixture of all kinds of fruits, is so intense that those who are not used to it will get knocked out cold. The droplets secreted from its leaves, which act as wings, are so toxic that it can dissolve even iron. Special move is dispersing a large amount of explosive pollen from the petals around its neck called petally carnage. Also, its tropical venom, a gas spewed out of its mouth, it is a potent poison that matures within its body and causes those who inhale it to melt into mush from within. The Tropia part of his name comes from tropical. Ready for the hunt is Ayatarmon, a perfect level plant type Digimon with the vaccine attribute. It is a plant Digimon that lives in groups similar to tribes. It builds small civilizations deep in the jungle. Generally speaking, they are taciturn and do not speak very much, and when hunting in groups, they contact each other through hand gestures and bring down their prey with excellent coordination. Although it is short-tempered and has a violent disposition, it has a pure heart with pride as a hunter. Its special moves are striking the enemy with an all-purpose hatchet that cuts down even large trees in an instant, called Assault Hatchet, and restraining them with the tentacles growing from the back of its head called Tied Up Ivy. When facing opponents that attack from a distance, it counterattacks with its Shotgun Moss, in which it shoots its poisonous needle grass that grow from its head like hair to restrict their movements. Dazzling into the scene is Geopimon, a perfect level insect-type Digimon with a vaccine attribute. A jewel beetle-like insect Digimon which emits a rainbow color radiance. Its prism-like armor which changes colors from with the viewing angle. It's not only sturdy but also has the effect of dazzling the enemy's eyes. As a grappling expert, it prefers beautiful battles. Its special move is swinging the spear it holds in its right hand at the speed of light, generating a shockwave called Spike Buster. The Jewel Bee part of the name comes from Jewel Beetle, a common name for the Baprestidae, a taxonomic family of over 15,000 beetle species, known by this name owing to their glossy iridescent coloring. Next up we have Lilymon, a perfect level fairy type Digimon with a data attribute. It is a fairy Digimon born from a beautifully blooming flower. Although it looks like it has an appearance like a human child, it is a perfect Digimon hiding unfathomable power within. Due to its whimsical tomboyish personality, it is said that it will open its heart to a human girl with a similar temperament. Also, because it becomes unable to settle down if it starts crying like a crybaby, a great effort is necessary to win it over. However, it also has an aspect that kindly extends its hands to small or weak things. It can fly in the air with the 4-leaf-like wings growing from its back, and it is said that after Lilymon flies by, a fresh breeze will blow. The special move is thrusting both of its arms forward, making a gun muzzle from the petals on its wrist, and shooting an energy shell called Flower Cannon. The lily part of the name comes from Lilium, a genus of flower in which species of lily belong to. Spiraling its way in is Blossomon, a perfect level plant-type Digimon with a data attribute. With the appearance of a giant flower, it is a perfect plant Digimon that grew countless vines as roots from its body. Despite its strange appearance, it is very docile, and due to its personality, it rarely appears before others. For a plant, it has an unusually long lifespan, and although the petals around its body, or face really, fall out whenever the seasons change, it has a special ability to grow back new petals. It hates arid regions and always inhabits areas near water. Its special move is hurling the tiny flowers growing from its vine tips like they were shurikens called spiral flower. The flower petals can cut through anything no matter how hard. The blossom part of the name comes from blossom, a group of varieties of tree flower. Crawling its way in is Argnemon, a perfect level demon beast type Digimon with a virus attribute. Because every jungle has its creepy crawlies, it is a demon beast Digimon which has the appearance of the queen of spiders of Greek mythology. As the queen who presides over all the Kugumon, it is highly intelligent and extremely cunning Digimon. It is skilled at transforming into a human-like appearance, getting the opponent to let down their guard so that it can approach and completely devour them. Also, because of its extremely short temper and ferocious personality, many Digimon are afraid of it. Its special moves are chopping off the opponent with razor-sharp wires called spider thread, and attacking the opponent with the countless carnivorous Dokugumon hidden in its abdomen called predation spider. The Arachne part of the name is a corruption of Arachne, a girl who was turned into a spider in Greek mythology. And finally, we have the ultimate level Digimons, with the first one being Bloom Lordmon himself, an ultimate level fairy type Digimon with a vaccine attribute. So this is the final form of Leslie from that Gumball show. It is a fairy Digimon in the form of a plant clad in armor. It is a kind-hearted knight that fights to protect nature. It accumulates energy by absorbing sunlight through the flowers on its shoulders. The power it exhibits once the energy that has been raised to its limit is said to even rival that of the Royal Knights. It has the ability to turn any foul weather into fine weather and creates battlefields that always work to its advantage when out in the open. Its special moves are shooting countless seeds from the petals on its left shoulder like a machine gun called Multiple Seed, and piercing the enemy with the flower spear it holds in its right hand called Sprout Rush. In addition, it fires an extremely wide beam with a huge sword of light that emerges from within its flower spear only when it has bloomed, called Grande Sol. Next up is Rafleshamon, an ultimate level fairy type Digimon with a data attribute. It is an ultimate level fairy Digimon said to be the largest flower in the digital world. While its appearance is so beautiful that it enraptures all who lay eyes upon it, the stench it emits is out of this world. There are a number of people who fell for Rafleshamon beauty at first sight and sought to find it again after a single glance. However, Rafleshamon's lifespan is short, and its life processes will cease after just several days have passed. Because of an extremely low likelihood of being able to catch sight of a Rafleshamon, it is also known as the miraculous flower. Despite its circumstances, Rafleshamon never expresses any pessimism about its looming death, constantly yearning to live a normal life and dancing elegantly till its very last moment. Its special move is firing its sleeve like a cannon called Ballet Gun. It utilizes the large flower petals that dance around it as reflectors, reflecting its shots so that the enemy cannot escape. Not only that, but it can also shed scales from its whole body called Weisselen. These scales cause anyone whose body have latched onto to lose consciousness and turn into Rafleshamon servants. The Raflesi part of the name comes from Rafflesia arnoldi, commonly called the corpse lily, a species of flowering plant in the parasitic genus Rafflesia. Slashing its way in is Spinamon, an ultimate level dinosaur type Digimon with a virus attribute. A dinosaur Digimon that inhabits the green depths of the jungle, it boasts the greatest and strongest powers among dinosaur Digimon inhabiting the digital world. It is said that it possesses strength equal to that of Dinorexmon. Due to its extreme belligerence, it leads a highly brutal existence, but the latest research has made it clear that it possesses astonishing intelligence. The blades on its back have become its greatest feature, and since they possess excellent defensive and offensive power, if it suffers a direct attack, the attacker is forced to suffer nearly fatal wounds. Its special moves are shooting off the blades on its back all at once, called Sonic Slash Rain, and converting the metal accumulated within its body into plasma by superheating it to up to 15,000 degrees, then firing it off, called Blue Prominence. The blades on its back keep growing back in an inexhaustible supply, so don't count on it running out of ammo. The Spino part of the name is short for Spinosaurus, a genus of dinosaur known for its distinctive neural spines growing out their vertebrae. And finally, we have Hydramon, an ultimate level plant type Digimon with a virus attribute. It is a gigantic plant Digimon that primarily takes root in swampland. It constantly secretes a highly toxic liquid from its whole body, which it mercilessly uses to dissolve anyone that touches it and preys on them. Also, it has a habit of expelling large amounts of that liquid from its abdomen, melting the ground and creating swamps to expand its nest. This swamp disturbs the surrounding ecosystem, so if you see ominous flowers that have grown abnormally, it is a sign to be cautious. Its special moves are spewing a poison gas from the mouth on its abdomen that has the same components as its highly toxic liquid, biotoxin, and randomly firing beams from its 3 heads called Intense Lampter. It completely destroys the enemy as well as the earth with its division break, in which it causes the vines that it spreads into the ground to shake violently, creating fissures. The Hydra part of the name comes from Hydra, which was a multi-headed serpent in Greek mythology that dwelled in the swamps of Lerna. It was known for its poisonous blood and rapid regeneration. It could also come from Hydrangea, a genus of flowering plants native to Asia and the Americas, while the Dra part could be a short for dragon and a reference to the Dramon species. And that was the video. I'd like to say happy birthday to Air Dramon, and if you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know which Digimon would you like to see in a future Monstrous design video. Until next time, chill out.